So let's talk about how we can use this information on what a kilowatt hour is and make it applicable to your energy bill that you receive at your house. So let's say, for instance, a local town charges 12 cents per kilowatt hour. So that's like what they charge. That's their rate. And so then if a 250 watt washing machine runs for 45 minutes, determine the amount of energy used and the amount of money that it would cost. So you have to know that all appliances or anything that produces electricity has a certain power output. In other words, when I say that this is a 250 watt washing machine, what that means is that that is producing 250 joules every second. That's what that means. And so your light bulbs, a lot of light bulbs are 60 watts, or that means for every second they're going to produce 60 joules of energy. So when I say, okay, there's 250 joules per second, that's what I know. Let me put that in the equation. So one thing that I know is that it's taking me 250 joules per second. That's what the power output of the washing machine is. So then I need to get kilowatt hours because I want the amount of energy that's used in kilowatt hours. So I know that a kilowatt hour, I know that to make the unit of kilowatt hours, this is going to be pretty simple. Okay, so watch. If I wanted to make units of kilowatt hours, then all I have to do is this. I can say that I need to get 250 watts to kilowatts. Well, that's pretty darn simple because all I have to do is move decimal. Because the unit is getting bigger, the number has to get smaller by 3. So therefore, it's 0.250 kilowatts. Well, if there's 0.0 or 0.25 kilowatts, then all I need to multiply that by to make units of kilowatt times hours, I just need to multiply that times the amount of time in hours. So times 45 minutes because it's running for 45 minutes. But the problem is minutes is in, you guessed it, minutes and needs to be in hours to make units of kilowatt hours. So the question is how many hours is 45 minutes? Well, that's a pretty simple conversion as well. If you just take 45 minutes, divide that by 60 minutes in an hour per 1 hour, then that's going to give you a very easy calculation. If you can, maybe you already knew this, but basically it's 3/4 of an hour, 0.75 hours. So therefore, to find the units of kilowatt hours, all I need to do is take 0.20250 kilowatts times 0.75 hours, and I'm going to get 0.25 times 0.75 is 0.1875 kilowatt hours, like so. And that's the amount of energy used, which is pretty simple. So now, if I want to find out how much it's going to cost me, then all I need to do is set up a simple proportion. I can say 12 cents per 1 kilowatt hour, but I'm not even running 1 whole kilowatt hour. I'm running much less than that. So X over 0.1875 kilowatt hour. So then when I cross multiply this, all I see is that I'm taking that number times 12. And so then it's going to cost you to run that refrigerator 2.25 cents. And that is how you can do some really basic calculations on some appliances around your home. That's it.